Have you ever had that strange feeling that something is wrong? What should you go back? Alicia Kozakiewicz had. When he reached the corner of his street that night, his intuition shouted, "What are you doing? This is dangerous." For a moment she hesitated, but before he could act, he heard his name being called. The next thing you remember was already in the car of an unknown man, and your world has changed forever. This is one of those stories that make us goosebumps, not just for the victim's terror, but for the consequences that impacted online security forever. And the most impressive, this story has a completely unexpected ending. So stay with me until the end, because every detail of this case will shock you. Alicia Kozakiewicz was a girl of 13 years like any other. Shy, reserved, and with a quiet life in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. But like many teenagers in the 2000s, she discovered the world of online chats where she could talk to people from anywhere. What she didn't know is that, on the other side of the screen, there was someone watching her. Scott Tyree, 38, spent hours in forums, infiltrating adolescent groups and gaining their trust. He knew exactly what to say to seem reliable, to make Alicia feel special. It was months of subtle manipulation until he convinced Alicia to leave home on a fateful night. When Alicia realized what was happening, it was too late. She was stuck in the car of a much older man, driving away from home. Your heart shot. She tried to think of a way out, but everything seemed confusing. Hours later, she arrived at the final destination, Scott Tyree's house in Virginia. But this was not an ordinary home. In the basement of the house, Alicia saw what seemed to be a dungeon. Chains, cages, objects of torture, everything indicated that this man did not intend to let go. And it was then that the terror started. Scott kept Alicia in captivity for 4 days. He deprived her of food, chained her, and subjected her to situations that no child should go through. But at the same time, his mind was trying to block everything. Many of the memories of these days, Alicia has never been able to recover completely. The fear that no one ever found it grew every hour. But an unexpected detail would change everything. Scott was active in obscure communities from the internet and decided to display his trophy. He transmitted Alicia images to a specific user group. That's when a Florida informant saw something that made him act. He recognized the girl and immediately contacted the FBI. From that moment, the search for Alicia gained a new course. The agents ran against time to track the hijacker's IP. Every second was crucial. And then, finally, the location was discovered. In a tense operation, the FBI surrounded Scott Tyree's house. Armed agents invaded the site. In the dark and damp basement, they found Alicia. Scared, malnourished, chained, but alive. It was one of the first cases resolved with the help of digital technology, proving the power of the internet for both evil and good. Scott Tyree was then arrested and in 2003 sentenced to only 19 years and 7 months in prison. For many, this penalty was a joke. After all, he destroyed a child's life and could have done the same with many others. But the revolt is not over there. In 2019, after 17 years, he was released. Worse, placed in a recovery house just 6 kilometers from Alicia's family home. As someone who committed such a crime, can heinous be released so close to your victim? The revolt was general. And when Tyree violated his conditional by accessing forbidden websites, he was arrested again, receiving 2 more years in prison. Alicia then refused to be just a victim. At 14, he decided to use his story to alert other children about the dangers of the internet, started giving lectures in schools, speaking directly with those who could be the next victims. Her work grew so much that she created the Alicia Project, helping to protect minors against online crimes and human trafficking. But its biggest legacy was Alicia Law, passed in the United States, ensuring exclusive funds for teams specializing in the rescue of missing children. Alicia turned her biggest nightmare into a mission to save lives. Stories like this remind us of the silent danger that may be behind a simple internet conversation. Scott Tyree seemed harmless, an ordinary man but hid a dark side. And how many other predators like him are still out there? Alicia had a happy ending, but many other children disappear every day without a trace. And now I want to know, what do you think about this case? Leave your comment below. If this story impacted you, share it with others. Information can save lives. And if you enjoy content like this, subscribe to the channel to follow more real-life mystery and crime stories. See you in the next video.